I literally just parked, and as I was reversing, somebody started to proceed to walk behind my car. Welcome to New Year's 2021, where idiocy still apparently exists. Oh my god. So basically, I have currently parked my vehicle and I'm going to attempt to get coffee. It looks like my local coffee place is actually open, which I'm really excited because they make the best coffee, or at least they make a mean Americano, so I'm excited for that. I got extra dressed up, except apparently my shoe choice missed the memo because it's seemingly very windy today, and I didn't check what the weather was going to be like, if it was going to be cold, and it is the middle of winter in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, but I didn't think about that because I just wanted to look cute. So hopefully it's not going to be too cold, or at least today's mission is I apparently found out, along with everybody else, if you've been scrolling through Twitter this morning / this afternoon, Toronto got its very own Monolith. And I'm really excited to go and try and find it because it's actually in my neck of the woods. It's in my neighborhood. So I'm going to go and try and find it. Hopefully I'll be able to find it quickly. I have a very good / general idea of where it is. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to find it quickly. Of course, in Toronto fashion, we can never have anything nice, and it's already been tagged and graffitied, so I hope it's still there and it hasn't been taken down. I want to go just take a look at it and see how it's made from an artistic standpoint, and as somebody that spent 4 years in university learning about just many different facets of art, I'm actually really fascinated by this whole concept. Whatever this is, whether it's aliens or whether it's, a really awesome group of people doing this, I really am excited to see how this thing is structurally made, and I really want to touch it. So I am that asshole at the art gallery that also gets really close to paintings and photographs, and the guards don't like me, but I really like seeing how things are made, and I really like seeing the brush strokes or seeing the grains of a photograph, of a film photograph. So I am going to get real close, and I really want to touch it and see what it's made out of and see, how it's made, or at least from what I can see. I'm assuming that there's probably going to be a fairly large crowd of people, or at least it's going to be easy to spot because, as well, even in Toronto fashion, even though it's COVID, there's probably going to be a lot of people trying to find it. So I am going to maybe do some Googling before we head down to the area and see if I can find the exact spot, because from the photos that have been posted, I have a good idea of where it is, but I don't know exactly. So I really don't want to walk in the wrong direction for a really long time and then have to turn around, but at least I'll have some coffee. So I'm going to go get that, and then we'll get back in the vehicle and start our way down into the Humber Bay area. BRB! Well, that took a lot longer than I expected, but the woman in front of me ordered what sounded like 4 very complicated drinks. So I finally got my large coffee. This is actually, if you guys live in Toronto and are looking for local coffee shops or smaller coffee shops, Jimmy's Coffee is hands down one of the best. One popped up close to me in my neighborhood, and I've been going now for the last couple of months, and my sister so lovingly gave me a gift card for Christmas, so now I am going quite often, probably more than I should be. But the large coffee, I want to sit here and be really cool and actually take a sip, like a lot of people usually do on camera, but it's flaming hot because it's a double Americano, which is basically espresso with flaming boiling water inside of it. So probably won't be doing that. So I'm going to put this coffee back down. I am now going to back out of this spot, and I'm going to try and go find this Monolith. I do have to say this with the pre-context of the fact that I'm fully aware that technically Toronto is currently in lockdown and we are not supposed to be going outside for, obvious reasons. I am not going to be around anybody. I'm going to make it a point to avoid everybody. First of all, I also have to say that the Monolith is outside in a very windy, very open aired space. It's right by the lake. It's not in a public building. It's not anywhere near any sort of an interior building. So I am going to stay away from anybody as far as I can, in regards to like going near it. If there is a large crowd, I'll come back later tonight. I just want to find out where it is, so at least I have an idea. I don't want to miss seeing it, I think, is the big thing, and I really want to check it out. So I am being selfish. I will be responsible though. If there is a lot of people, I will not go. I'll make it a point to stay in the car and then just go home, or at least just maybe go for a drive. But we will see. We're going to scope out the situation. We're going to check it out. I'm going to try and make it a point to not be selfish and be smart about this situation. Because I don't want to get anyone sick is the whole point. I've been inside though. I've barely come in contact with anybody. I've barely socialized. There's no one to socialize with, basically. And yeah, so let's go and try and find where this monolith is. The very graffitied monolith, unfortunately. All right, time to start the vehicle. Vroom, vroom. Holy shit, it is so windy today. It is so much windier down by the lake than I expected it to be. But then again, it's always windy down here. So yes, it is fairly busy with a lot of people walking along the paths, but I mean, everybody's staying semi-socially distanced, but you can clearly tell it's very busy down here. So what I'm gonna do is I didn't see where it is along my way here to my current parking spot. I'm assuming everybody is out. A lot of people are out just walking around, because even though it's windy, it's actually like, this is a nice winter day for Toronto, so I don't blame everybody for wanting to get some fresh air. There's a lot of people running and on their bikes. I'm thinking, this is the plan. This is my plan. If I can't find it, I have two ideas of how I'm gonna find it fairly quickly. I'm gonna walk out to the furthest point that I can, as close to the water, and I'm gonna take a look along the shore, because it does look like it's somewhere on one of the like points out facing like closest to the water. So right now where I am is I can walk out and see along the shoreline to see if I can spot it. If I can't find it today, then what I'm gonna do is tomorrow morning, it's supposed to be a nice sunny day, I'm gonna get all bundled up again, and I'm going to get on my bike and go for a bike ride and see if I can find it that way. Because I miss riding my bike, because it's been actually a couple of months since the summer, since I was riding it almost every single day, to now not riding it for months. So I really want to get in a couple more bike rides before it actually starts to snow. So that is the plan. So if I don't find it today, I'm going to try and find it tomorrow. But first, I'm going to try and check again and look at the photos that people have posted so far and see where I can spot, if I can spot exactly where it is. That way, I don't have to spend a lot of time freezing my butt off. That's the plan. Okay, team, go. Oh my god, it is so windy outside, and I'm getting like so emotional about it. Actually, I'm surprised I haven't lost an eyelash. It hasn't gone flying yet. It is very, very, very windy outside today. Initially, I would have said, like, as I got out of the car and walked down to the lakefront, it wasn't actually as cold, or it didn't feel as cold as I expected it to. But walking, I don't know, the 15 minutes that I went down, I think I was heading east, it just got more aggressive, and as you saw the footage, the water is out of control today. Surprisingly, a lot more windier than I was expecting it to be. And also, I have to say, I'm very impressed with the amount of people that I'm seeing running outside today and people exercising. Go team, go. I am going to pull out of the spot. I didn't find the monolith, and then I realized I think I went too far east, and looking at the skyline of the condo buildings, I'm realizing that I'm on the wrong side, and I think I did spot it on going west, and I did see a lot of people crowded around one area. So I think I have a better idea of where it is. I don't know. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to pull out of this area. I'm going to go and try and see if I can park in the other lot where I think it actually is. But I have a feeling that the lot's going to either be full or, honestly, with how busy it is, this area in general is just busy because it's one of the main bike pathways in Toronto. It's a massive area there's dozens and dozens of condos around this area. There's a lot of people that live in this neighborhood. It's a really great place to come out and go for a walk in general, and this is the area that I bike through, and I have biked through all summer long, and it's been busy all throughout COVID, no matter what. So I don't know what to say as far as people are just trying to have some sort of normalcy, and just going for a walk. I have a feeling that there may be cops in the parking lot that I'm heading to try and discourage people from showing up, because I feel like if the cops find out, or if one person complains with how many people are in the area, I would not be surprised if a lot of cops start showing up and just start sending people home, I guess. But I don't think that they can send anybody home, but then maybe they can because of COVID. I don't know. But I'm going to take one more shot at this. I'm going to take a look. My ears are really cold. My face is really cold. My feet and my legs are so far pretty good. My hands are warm, but I'm going to take a look and see how that other lot looks. If anything, I think what I may end up doing is I may end up coming back here later tonight, or doing what I said earlier. I might come back tomorrow morning and go for a bike. I might go for a bike ride and do that. Except I don't know if the bike paths go down towards where I think it is. Either way, we're going to figure this out. Because there's not much else to do. So we're going to do this. Or at least I'm going to try. And that plan worked out exactly how I thought it would. So basically at this point, I went to the second lot where I thought would be a good place to park and a good area to scope out as far as where it could be. And the parking lot is full. There's not a cop in sight, but the parking lot is so full. So as far as that goes, I think that I'm trying to figure out, I found a third lot where I think that it may be in as far as the area goes, because I'm taking a look at the condos and trying to refer back to the photos that I've been seeing, and I think it's actually closer in this area than it is in that area, but I could still be very wrong. I think at this point, as much as I want to find it in the daylight, I don't think that that's going to happen. Oh my goodness, my hair is a disaster. I don't think I'm going to find it now because it's just way too busy right now to be in this area. There's a lot of people clearly here probably looking for the same thing that I'm looking for, which is exciting, of course, because everybody wants to find this really new cool thing. But I have no idea where it is. I thought I knew, but I don't. I have no idea where it is, and I don't want to be in close contact with a whole bunch of strangers. So I think what we'll do is I'm gonna go and get some gas, fill up the car, and drive around for a little bit, and then go home, use the toilet because I need to pee. And then maybe later on tonight, I'm gonna come back to the area with a hat and some warmer shoes and socks and scope around the area to try and find it, because I don't think I'm going to find it right now, and it's really busy again. Luckily, this parking lot is actually completely empty, so I think I might, when I come back, I'm going to park here instead of parking at the other lot. I don't think that a lot of people know that this lot exists, or that there's a couple more parking lots closer over here than the main area. So I think at least I have that benefit. So I think that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna head home, gas, do all that fun stuff, and then I'm gonna try this again and try and find it. I'm just hoping I find it before it gets taken down. or before like the city of Toronto maybe tries to take it down. I don't know what the rules here are. Just like I think everybody else doesn't really know what this technically is. I think everybody has their theories. Either way, it looks really cool, and just like everybody else, I'm really excited and I want to see it for myself, as I mentioned earlier. But at this rate, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I also had to check and see. I also had to check and see earlier before I pulled out of the first spot. There was a mom van that had parked so close to my car that I had to figure out some sly way of double checking the back of my car to make sure that this person didn't hit it. Because when I went to go reverse, this car has a bunch of sensors around it and has 360 cameras. It started freaking out and all the alarms started going off, and I looked at the camera, I looked at my monitor, and the car was right up my butt. So I had to figure out some sneaky way to make sure that they hadn't hit me. So I went and got my bag I have my skates in the car. I decided that was the sneaky thing I was going to do, I was going to get them out of the trunk and play it off like, oh, I'm just getting this bag out of my trunk. And thankfully they didn't hit my car, but I'm like so shocked that they didn't, because they came so freaking close to my vehicle. But I managed to like wiggle my way out of the spot. But anyways, I don't know. Today's weird. I tried. We failed, at least for now. We're gonna try again. And I'm losing an AirPod, douche pods. And we're going to try and find this damn thing. It just may not be in the day of light. Or what I might actually do is maybe tomorrow we'll get up at the ass crack of dawn and find it either before the sunrise or during the sunrise or earlier in the morning. Maybe we'll do that instead. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to post this and then you guys tell me, what do you want to see? Do you want to see it at the sunrise or in the dead of night? Because I'm happy to do either. Yeah. I don't know what this video is. This is just me rambling. This is me just trying to find something to do this evening. I think that maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll get up really early tomorrow morning and try and find it. Because then I think less people will be inclined to get up at like 6 o'clock, 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. You tell me. What do you guys think? Thanks for watching, if you've watched so far. The adventure of this video may not end here, but it could very well also be ending here. I don't know. Just keep watching and see what happens. Or, check out sooner than later, because there will probably be another video posted shortly with either the results of finding it or not finding it. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. I need to turn this thing off. I need to stop.